Hey everybody, Jeremy Wiggins here, host of In the Trenches. Joining me is our special guest for this weekend's program, M.D. Perkins. Now the great thing about this interview is he thought I was coming later on in the day, so hopefully we're going to get a little bit of a surprise out of him when I ask him these pertinent questions. We're going to be talking about movies, art, as a form of worship, a continuation of our discussion last week with Justin Treadaway. His area of expertise is film, so I thought we would talk about movies. And M.D. Perkins, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Now, I have to ask, if we were going to play a little game of Desert Island, so to speak, if there was one movie you absolutely, positively could not live without, and you were stranded on a desert island, what movie would that be?
Well, for me, it would probably be The Roaring Twenties, a movie from 1939 with James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart. If there's a movie that would be more interesting to people because they might have actually seen it because they don't watch old movies, I might say Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Now I have a couple of movie-specific questions I would like to ask you. Okay. Let me know your thoughts on Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Was that just not the greatest movie ever made?
Actually, I haven't seen that one. I remember the poster with Stallone and I think it was Estelle Getty.
Estelle Getty, that's right. No, that movie was horrible, people. I'm serious. That movie was horrible, but I had to throw it that way. Okay, Sharknado, best idea ever or cinematic abomination?
Obviously a great idea. A tornado made of sharks. How can you go wrong with something?
What about two or three? Because I think there's three of them now.
Well, that begins to get too many Sharknadoes. I think one monolithic Sharknado is kind of...
It would be a giant storm of Sharknadoes, I think. Okay, what is your favorite film adaptation of a novel?
Oh... Well, honestly, Sense and Sensibility is a really great adaptation. The 1995 Ang Lee movie with Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet. I just think it's a fantastic adaptation. I'm not really familiar with the novels, but it has such a novelistic way of unfolding the information, of showing you things in a way that is both nuanced and complex at the same time.
Okay. What's your favorite musical adapted into a film?
Well, I don't like Broadway musicals generally adapted into movies. My favorite musicals are really the great MGM musicals like Singing in the Rain or The Bandwagon, those that came out of the Arthur Freed, that great MGM producer.
See, I like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
Willy Wonka. That would be one of my favorite musicals of all time. Okay. Final question for 50 points. What's your favorite Western?
Favorite Western? The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance with John Wayne and James Stewart. A great meditation on violence and the legacy of violence that kind of continued throughout the genre. It's kind of looking back at the genre from the vantage point of from the early 60s.
Also acceptable would have been any Western shot in Italy under the spaghetti Western. That would be an acceptable answer. All right, M.D. Perkins, thanks so much for joining us. And you stay tuned. This interview is going to air this weekend, Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Central Time. If you don't want to get up and have your cup of coffee and listen to us, that's okay. Go to afr.net and you can listen to the podcast there. Stay tuned. More coming your way.